It's better than some hotels I've been in, and we're on a ship. Treat myself to one of these. Thank you. So yeah, I think it's worth it, but the sweet. What the hell was that? Good afternoon, people. I'm about to board the DFDS mini cruise that runs between Amsterdam and Newcastle in the UK. I would love to tell you that that is the boat that we are going on, but it's not. The one that we are on is over the back there, which means I've pulled up in the wrong car park. I'm currently parked here, so I need to find my way around so that we don't miss the check-in.
We have refunded your breakfast because that is included with the cabin.
No, that's fine.
It's a buffet, so you can eat whatever you
Oh,
like.
okay, perfect. Well, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. The next window is the passport control.
Hi,
Hello, mate.
how are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
The man in the orange jacket over
Straight down there, perfect. Have a nice day.
Hi.
Thank you. So I think they operate two ships on this route. One is called the King Seaways and one is called the Princess Seaways. I'm pretty sure this was the Princess, but I can see the word King just poking its head out over the top of those lorries. But that's the one that we're going on, King Seaways. It's a 16-hour sailing. I personally have booked the top-notch luxury cabin, the best one that you can get, just because I wanted to try it out and show you guys. But there's different options. You can get the basic ones. I don't know if you're allowed on there without a cabin. You might be able to. You get the basic ones, and you get the next one up, which is like the luxury one called the Commodore. And then my one, which is above that, is called the Commodore Plus Suite. So hopefully it's worth the money, because it was a fair bit of cash.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have made it safely on board. Before the exploration begins though, I'm just going to find my cabin so I can drop off my bag. Oh yes, look at that. King Seaways. I was correct. I thought it was called Commodore Plus. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Commodore Deluxe, but they're up these stairs. 1003.
Have you been here before?
I have not, no.
If you want to come in, just stop your card here and then just push it, yeah?
Okay,
Here's your cabin.
excellent. Thank you very
So
much.
this is your first time here?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. In your cabin, you have a mini fridge inside, and then all the way to the front, you will see the lounge. We'll have everything, every drinks, snacks, fruits.
So everywhere else is just like the regular parts, and this is just specifically for anyone in these?
Yes, only for Commodore Deluxe. If you need anything, you can just call reception and we can attend to you as soon as possible.
I'm sure
yeah?
I'll be fine, but I will do. Thank you very much.
You're
I was not expecting this. This is incredible. It's better than some hotels I've been in, and we're on a ship. I hate to do this to you, but we're going to go and explore first. I'll give you a little sneaky peek. Whoop! Did you see that? Did you see that? That's my little desk area. Well, so that's the door that we came in on. So from here inwards is purely for the Commodore Deluxe cabin passengers. And then we've got this corridor here. My room is the one on the right. And beyond here, there's apparently a bar which is just for us as well. I'd love to be able to tell you whereabouts on here that we are, but in all honesty, I have no idea. But these are some more of the cabins down here, and I think it's like symmetrical, so it's the same on the other side, another little corridor. And that brings you out into this little lounge area, which is all complimentary. So we've got fruits, guys, that champagne or Prosecco maybe. We've got some juices, some sort of pastries, more fruit. I'm going to tuck into one of those watermelons in a bit. We've got all sorts of snacks here. We've got more fruit, coffee machine, a vast amount of beers and Pepsis and all that gear, and the lady's just come and dropped these glasses of complimentary champagne. Not too shabby. Treat myself to one of these. Thank you. I want to be completely honest, on behalf of the human race, myself and every other person on this planet hates champagne, but we pretend to enjoy it because it makes us feel special. Is that lorry driving in the sea? He is not, but he's right on the edge. Anyway, cheers. Delicious. Let's take a little look-see outside, shall we, before we pull away, and then we'll go downstairs and we'll mix with the commoners, where, let's be honest, I belong. I feel like a bit of a fraud being up here, but I absolutely love it. I'll be honest, I'm lost already. I've just wandered down the whole side length of the ship. I think I can get back in down this way, but I think pretty much all of the main like restaurants and bars and all that are downstairs. I think there's like a nightclub and all sorts, so we'll go and check that out. Obviously it can't just be the standard stuff they have on a ferry, or they wouldn't be able to call it a mini cruise. I've made my way right up to the top now. I was just wondering, right, do you reckon a seagull ever like falls asleep on the ship and then wakes up in Newcastle and panics? But anyway, before I head back inside, let me just explain how this ferry cruise thing works. Basically, well, the main reason it's called a cruise is because it actually goes two ways. So what would normally happen is you board in Newcastle in the afternoon, you go overnight to Amsterdam, they drop you off for about 4 hours, and then you get back on it and it drives back to Newcastle. It takes 16 hours for the crossing, and I guess all the stuff inside warrants it being called a mini cruise. But obviously for me, I'm just doing the second leg of that mini cruise journey. But one more thing to note is this isn't actually Amsterdam. Amsterdam is about half an hour's drive in that direction. But when you arrive here, they do put you on a coach and take you into Amsterdam for your sort of 4-hour exploring session before the coach brings you back. But enough about the logistics of the journey, let's go and check out the facilities. So I've been looking at this map, and other than the Pet Hotel, which is on deck 5, it looks like everything else pretty much is on deck 7, 8 and 9. Well, deck 10 is the one that's up there, that is the Commodore Deluxe suites where I'm staying. But everything else is on 9, 8 and 7. So we're going to go down to 7 first to check it out. What's that? Orca? Oh, it's down here, an Orca Centre observation deck. Let's get to the very end of deck 7 so that we can start there. It literally is an Orca observation deck. Obviously it's all closed off at the moment because it's dark outside. But if I'm up early enough in the morning, imagine that. Look, they've got pictures of them up there. Do you reckon this is free, or do you have to chuck money in it? No, it's free. Right, that is something to hopefully look forward to at the end of the video. So this is the main area of deck 7. So it turns out this floor is not all that exciting. There's a vending machine, but it only takes coins, so I can't even use that. And then there's the standard duty-free shop that you get on all ships just over there. Alright, I stand corrected, there is more. There's a restaurant here, the Explorer's Kitchen. I'm guessing this is like the main restaurant for the ship. It's like buffet options all over the place. Looks quite nice, to be fair. All sorts going on here. I'm starting to wish I was tucking right in today. It does actually look really good. There's plenty of options there. But when I was booking, they asked me what time I wanted to eat dinner, and I had to select the time. So I'm guessing my dinner's going to be different than that. Don't know if it'll be in a different place, but we'll find out come 8 o'clock. I think that's when I booked it.
You're booked in the buffet, sir, on deck 7.
Right, so there is another restaurant in there, but apparently I've just asked, and that's not where. God, our ship is shaking all over the place. We must have set sail. It's windy as anything out here, and it started to rain as well. I went on a boat the other day from Sweden to Germany. It was just a normal ferry, and I literally could not tell when we set out. It was so still and so calm the entire way. It was like a 9-hour crossing. Couldn't feel the slightest bit of movement. But on this one, we're already rocking all over the place. Back to deck 8, and we've obviously got some sort of live music being set up there. Little sort of bar, coffee lounge area. Looks quite nice, to be honest, a bit quieter. And then beyond that, oh, this is where they were saying I'm booked in for breakfast, the Blue Riband. So we'll be checking that out in the morning. And then down here we have a little coffee area as well, which, to be honest with you, I think I'm going to have to enjoy one of these hot beverages myself. At the end of this deck we just have a little kiddies play area, and then back to the outside. I've changed my mind on the coffee situation. I'm going for a can of Red Bull. Thank you. All good, thank you. And finally deck 9, which I've been told is the place where it's all happening. Oh, well, it's just a disabled toilet. Surely not. This is where the party's meant to be. Oh, here we go. Massage-o-matic, amusement games, cinema, nightclub, and a bar. What do you reckon the chances are that my key will get me in here? No, it will not. That is the cinema, but I'm guessing it's not open at the moment. Got a little games room area in here, and the massage chairs nestled away up the back there. They are being occupied, so I can't poke my camera right in, but we all know what a massage chair looks like. Got another little casino area in here. Right, this seems to be the sort of bar and nightclub area. Definitely going to be coming in here later to check this out. We've even got a mad little dance floor going on and all sorts of seating. And I think in here there's a separate bar called the Compass Bar. Obviously that's not open right now, but I'm sure it will be at some point. But now we know where everything is on board, the time has finally come. Let's go and check out our cabin. Now bear in mind, this is a ship that we're on, so don't be expecting it to be too much like a hotel. But then again, look at it. It is just like a hotel. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my Commodore Deluxe cabin suite. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the bed. Look how they've done that. There's, well, unnecessarily 4 pillows, but I'm not going to complain because look at it. I mean, I wish you could feel how much the ship is swaying right now because it is literally sending me backwards and forwards every few seconds. But that's part of the fun, I don't mind that at all. But let's take a sweeping tour of this room, ending with the bathroom. So starting next to the bed here, we have a phone so that we can ring reception. Obviously, oh, I thought they were going to do these little lights next to the bed. Somehow you can turn them on, I'm sure. Oh yes, tucked up behind it, we've got a little switch. Whoa! I nearly stacked it then. Obviously, we've got the bed, which looks really comfortable, but I'm not going to ruin that right now. So I'll check that out later and inform you in the morning. We've got a nice long sofa, which obviously if it was the daytime, you'd have a good view. Well, a sort of good view. I mean, it's just ship parts. But it's gooder than a brick wall, for example. Moving on round, we have 2 seats, which to be honest, I don't know why they're there. Why would you want to sit there in the middle of the room with that tiny table? Bit weird. Nice little desk area. Oh, hang on a sec. Forgot about this. We've got a mini bar. And I've been told I can have anything in that fridge with no additional cost. And then when it's empty, I can use my little phone, ring them up, and they'll come and top it back up for me. So basically, that's an unlimited magical fridge, which is quite a touch. We've got a little book here as well with all sorts of information. Oh yeah, she said there's a Wi-Fi voucher in there as well. So I've got Wi-Fi on the ship. Big TV. I personally don't watch TV, but should we see if it's a smart one? Oh, it is. Gone are the days of stupid TVs. We've got YouTube and Netflix on there. I am going to fall over in a minute. Next up, we got a... Oh, I accidentally turned that on. Netflix is not available. Come on, turn off. There we go. We have got a picture of... That's not Big Ben, is it? What the hell is that? I believe that's his cousin, Slim Ben. Anyway, we got one of them things down there, which everybody loves. We've got a nice bit of storage over here for your clothes and all that. What's in here? Oh, linen. A full-length mirror, which I might make use of when I spruce myself up, ready to go for dinner later. More clothes storage there, and whoa! And finally, we have the bathroom, which doesn't look the best, if I'm honest with you. Relatively clean, though, which is the main thing. What's the shower like? Ah, that's not too shabby. And then a little toilet nestled in the corner. All in all, I am well impressed with this. I mean, absolutely exquisite. I have been relaxing for far too long. I mean, I'm supposed to take advantage of the cabin, right? But I also want to take advantage of the rest of the ship. I did, however, find out the bed is comfortable. I couldn't resist. I dove upon it. And by the way, just for your entertainment, do you realise how close I was to smashing my head upon the ceiling? That was a pretty close call, but anyway, I can confirm the bed is very comfortable. But it's only about 45 minutes now until my dinner allocation time, so I was going to tuck into a beer in here, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to go to the Commodore Lounge and have a little beer in there, because I might also find some sort of nibbles I can have for a starter. Which way is it? Well, this ship is all over the place. I mean, obviously that ship the other day was in a smaller sea. I don't know what sea it was, but this is the North Sea, so it's not surprising that it is a bit rocky. But if you are seasick, I wouldn't recommend staying the night here, because your bed is just all over the place. This lounge is still completely empty, and I think my one was the only champagne that's been drunk. I know I put my empty somewhere else over there. So one other culprit has been involved. But in general, I don't think there's many other people on this Commodore Deluxe wing. Is that cheese? Yes, it is. I can smell it from here. I don't think I want any of that. I kind of want a pastry. Is that wise before my dinner? Why not? You only live once, unless you're a cat. Whoa! Let's select the finest of Heinekens. As much as it is nice having a free beverage in my luxury empty lounge, I think on this occasion I'd actually rather be around humans. So I'm going to drink this up and head down to deck 9 with my fellow shipmates. Cheers. Well, I've now got 5 minutes before I've got to go downstairs. I don't think they're going to give me free beer down there. What the hell is this? Is that edible? What is it? Anyway, let's get ourselves one of these, stash it right up in my back pocket, and go and get ourselves a buffet. Just here, yeah?
That's self-service buffet.
Yeah.
All food included, but drinks is not included.
Well, it turns out a lot of the nice fresh food from earlier has gone missing. So I've basically created myself a carb mega mix featuring a bit of chicken as well, but there's all sorts of like naan bread, focaccia, chips, pizza, cheese. Basically it's carb central over here. Oh, and also got myself a sneaky little beer from upstairs, hopped behind the menu there. I'll keep it here till I've left. Sweet. Cheers, mate. I just got fully rumbled for my sneaky little beer that I was stashing up there. And the guy said that he'd get in trouble from his manager if I drunk it. So I said, look, fair enough, mate, I'm not going to do that. I'll save it till I go upstairs. So I'm just going to eat this, head upstairs, drink that beer, then head back downstairs and then buy another one. Because I don't just want to sit upstairs and drink all night. So the food was questionable. I mean, some of it was alright. I did go back for a second plate. It happened to be the curry section, which was quite nice. That chicken was really good. But some of the rest of it was, well, like I say, questionable. I then had an ice cream as well to top it off, which was nice. But I thought carbs were supposed to give you energy, and I'm carbed right out, and all I want to do is have a kip under that sofa. By the way, I'm back in the lounge because, as you know, I'm not allowed to drink my beer downstairs. I don't even want the beer anymore, to be honest. I'm so full up now. I don't know whether to have it or not. I'm back in the room. But do you know what? One thing that I do find a bit weird is I'm allowed... Whoa, we've got a bit of movement going on. I'm allowed as many free beers as I'd like, but only if I sit on my own. Which is a bit weird. It's almost like they're trying to separate the commoners from the commodores. I'm not hammered, by the way. I've still only had that one can. I'm just being thrown about left, right and centre over here. So let's see if I can show you the ship's movement with the... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's my camera. But anyway, I am... What the hell was that? I am taking a stand. Whoa, I'm trying to take a stand. It's well windy out here. What is going on over the edge of this thing? I better not drop my camera. This is insanity. But yes, I'm taking a stand. I thought I'd just come and quickly check out the weather situation. But now what I'm going to do is I am going to, mingle. Unfortunately, I won't be able to film anything in the club area. Well, not with audio anyway, because it'll be copyrighted music. But I can at least go and show you guys the atmosphere.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, dear passengers, I hold the prize in my hands for the music.
Where do broken heart goes?
Hello, congratulations. Yes, Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy.
I'm not 100% sure that I personally would refer to that as a nightclub. I'd say it was more mid to mild entertainment. So I am going to jump into my cocoon. I've got a bit of a dilemma regarding my alarm. I'm going to set the alarm for the morning, obviously, because I don't want to miss breakfast or getting off the ship. That bit is really important. But if my phone doesn't latch on to the UK time before the alarm goes off, then I'm going to get up an hour early, unnecessarily. So I'm hoping on the way up the coast we find some sort of signal and it turns to UK based time. Basically, I'm just going to have to set it for UK time and hope for the best. But that's about me done for the night. I will catch you guys in the morning, bright and early, for breakfast. Good morning, people. I am awake. My alarm thing did not work. It didn't latch onto UK time. Therefore, it went off at 6:45 AM. And I set a timer for an hour from then, thinking that's more reliable. And then about 20 minutes after that, an announcement come through one of these things. Not that, that's the heater, that thing. So I'm awake. I've realised a flaw of this room. If you want to be able to see out your window, you also don't have any privacy because people can walk along here. Look, the sunrise. Let's quickly fix my hair a little bit so we can go out into public. And let's go and find the rising ball of fire. I don't know where the nearest access is to the outside. Let's go and have a look in the lounge. Well, obviously the sun is in the complete opposite direction. Delicious, refreshing and cold. Anyway, we need to find this sun. I don't know if we'll be able to see it off the side of the ship. There she is in the distance. The sea is fairly ferocious this morning, but it's not too bad. I'll try and make my way down to the front so that we can get a proper view of it. Anyway, a couple of updates. I slept really well. I mean, I did get woken up earlier than expected, but the bed was really comfortable like I thought. The Wi-Fi, I mean, I didn't pay for it, it was part of my suite. But I wouldn't bother paying for it if you come on this ship. It opens up Google, but it's barely got enough power to open anything else. Alright, here we go, look. The sun is rising in front of us. As beautiful as that was, I am hungry. So I've got to go and check out this breakfast. I don't know what the two options are going to be like. Obviously I've only got one choice. Where are we? Deck 8. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed, but I'm going to try and get a sneaky peek at the regular breakfast. Right, this is the competition. I don't know what the difference is going to be. Maybe there's no difference whatsoever. Maybe it's just more of an exclusive place to sit. Like I say, they do like to separate us. But to be honest, I would have been completely happy with some of those options. But hopefully there are some additional gems on my plate. Can you guys spot the difference? Personally, I couldn't see anything that was in the Commodore breakfast that wasn't in the commoner breakfast. Maybe there was a few bits spotted about that I didn't notice, I don't know. But I went for some fruit, some scrambled eggs on toast, which was actually really nice. Well, I say scrambled eggs. We're never quite sure if it's plural, are we, when they're scrambled? But that was topped off with a Nutella pancake and a coffee. But I do have to say that Commodore Lounge, even if it's the same food, it's actually a really nice atmosphere to sit down and eat in there, so I'd much rather that any day. Also, just a side note, they didn't even ask me for my proof of my room key or anything like that, so technically anyone could just wander on in there, but I guess it's done on a trust basis, and I'm a trustworthy guy. Anyway, the sun has fully risen now above the horizon. It's absolutely beautiful out there. As I was coming back to the room, I took another little look outside, and there was a boat with the sun just glistening off of its boat bits. So I'm going to load up all of my gear, and then I'll give you guys my ultimate conclusion and a price breakdown. I've tidied up the room to the best of my capabilities, and as you can see behind me, we are coming in to the port. I think we're going to be there in about 4 minutes. So right here I have the breakdown of the costs of this little trip. Obviously bear in mind this is one way on their mini cruise, so maybe it'll be double, maybe you get a slight discount if you're going both ways. I don't know the answer to that, but for some reason the Amsterdam to Newcastle ferry crossing is coming in at €0. Fair enough. Motorhome, that's my camper van, they call it a motorhome, that was €206. The suite itself was €348. That's the main bit that I want to sort of consider whether that's worth it. On top of that, we got the dinner buffet, which is €29 and a surcharge of €33. On there, I can't see anything about the breakfast. I think I originally paid for breakfast, but the lady said they refunded it because that comes as part of my suite deal. I don't mean my sweet deal like sweet man, I mean my suite deal. So, is that worth it? I kind of think it is. I mean, especially if you live up here in Newcastle, right? The way that I normally get a boat is from from Dover to Calais, or vice versa. And that's cheap. It's like 120 quid roughly with my van or with a car. And it's a very short crossing, it's like 2 hours. But if you live up near Newcastle and you want to get the boat over, maybe you're scared of flying or you just want to take your vehicle, it makes so much more sense than to go down the bottom of the country first and then drive across. So we're about to get an announcement telling me I need to leave. So yeah, I think it's worth it, but the suite, what the hell was that? Call the police. Anyway, is it worth it? I think it was. I mean, that was in euros, remember? So the price of the suite in pounds, I'll put on the screen right now. Yeah, I think it was. I mean, look, if you're tight on a budget, just go for the basic cabins, because at the end of the day, you're only in there really to sleep and just for a few hours. But in general, it was a really nice suite for a boat. I've never been on anything like that before. So I'd say it's worth it. And all in all, I had a good time. I'm pretty glad I didn't drink excessively last night in the extremely exciting disco party as well, because I've woken up fairly fresh. But anyway, I don't want to miss the exit of the boat, and I don't want to hold people up with the cars coming off. So I'm going to head down to the car deck now, get in my van and head on to my next adventure. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. It's massively appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next episode.